Today, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's week 1 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today, it's the preseason opener for these two teams, and it should be a good one, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the defending champs, led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, a two-time winner now in Patrick Mahomes.
There's nothing the league's best quarterback didn't achieve last season. Super Bowl trophy? Check. MVP award? Check. League leader in yards and touchdowns? Check. How does he top the season he had last year? I don't know. But Patrick Mahomes, he usually finds a way.
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. And his first look is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Mahomes now on first down. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run with McKinnon. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. Now here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing Carr running out in a new uniform instead of black and silver. It's black and gold. 35,000 yards and over 200 touchdowns with the Raiders. The Saints more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Next, receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
To that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes at the passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On first down, Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, man. They put a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Carr again. Got an open man. It's Olave. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 57 yards. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 45. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 7-7, our score after 1. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's the backup Winston. He'll drop this down to Williams. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Winston's throw held in by Washington. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Jameis to throw it. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Jameis again. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Williams again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jamal Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have taken the lead.
You think back to 2022 with Detroit, Jamal Williams just unstoppable down to the goal line. 17 rushing touchdowns, 13 of those were from 2 yards or less. He's just an absolute battering ram down in this part of the field, and he finishes off another drive in the end zone.
A lot to look to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Gabbard's throw complete there to Rice. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Here's Winston. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Winston. Screenplay set up for Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now Winston. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Butker now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Back to it after the pick six. Winston. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. To throw, Winston. Finding Taysom Hill, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Winston. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll throw again. Winston. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Throwing, Winston. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
But he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. To throw is Winston. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory right at the 40. They go back to the ground with Williams. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Winston. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards that time.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play call sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help.
And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of can converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now a Louisiana native, a star at nearby LSU. It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Gabbard on 3rd and 2. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Colin Saunders with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Winston now. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Gabbard on first down. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
On play action, Gabbard. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On third down, Gabbard. A leap, and he will make the catch. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Gabbard now from the 50. He finds his man, Sky Moore. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Again, it's Gabbard. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Gabbard now to throw on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watson.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. So now this to potentially salvage a tie. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. Butker's kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick,
But that one was never in doubt.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Well, they have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much, tie game, but you have to think in the preseason with overtime not in the cards, maybe time to take a few chances. They begin the drive with Williams. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on first down. So, Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you and I both agree. We like the decision to not play overtime in preseason and just call it a draw.
Partner, I want to meet the person who disagrees with this decision, and I just wonder what took so long for the league to arrive at this conclusion. They put the rule in for the 2021 season, and it should have been in a long time ago. Yeah, some rookies might miss some plays, but all in all, no one's paying attention when we get to the end of a preseason game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.